Part 3 was crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We on the part 4. We seen people do stuff on camera, which is wild. I don't got no. There's not a pep talk in the world I would have for my homie for what happened to that individual, man. This stuff is crazy. We're gonna continue to watch. I wanted to get this up for you guys as quickly as possible because you guys show a lot of love. So let's continue, man.
Video, Yassine is wearing the same scarf as in the earlier social media post, and there are several people in the background whose faces are blurred out. Now it seems that Yassine was taking full advantage.
Nah, let's do 1.25. 1.5 was too fast.
Of his status as a gang-related wanted man by the police, but despite the clout that he was picking up in the gangster rap scene, all of this attention would wind up being a liability, and not long after that video's release, Yassine would be arrested. Like Jafar, Yassine was convicted of firearms offences, as well as other smaller crimes, and sent to prison. For a rapper on his way to the top of the Swedish rap scene, going to prison was undoubtedly a huge setback, but at the time, Yassine couldn't have known that this prison sentence would likely save his life.
Going to jail for a rapper is like a setback and a boost.
This time, spilling even beyond the borders of Sweden. Coming into 2019, the only core member of the Death Patrol who wasn't locked up was Makalele, aka Maka, who had recently completed his sentence for the firearm offence. Even though the prosecutor reportedly wanted him jailed immediately after the filmed assault of Jafar, even with all of that on camera, once again, there was seemingly not enough evidence to actually convict him. After getting out, Makalele begun gathering the remaining Death Patrol members.
Now that one I'm kind of confused about. How you got this nigga on camera? And he got away. I ain't gonna do that. Shout out his lawyer, I guess. Like, boy, that was kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie. That one's kind of crazy. Like, that was kind of wild. Other ones, I was like, well, maybe you could argue circumstance. Like, that one, like, on camera, like, I don't. Yeah, no face, no case, no face. No, like, I don't know how you get away with that. I'm gonna be honest. Shout out his lawyer. His lawyer need to raise whoever he is or she is. Yeah, man, need to raise immediately. That's crazy. Y'all like, I don't know if any of y'all like America. Like, there's a case in the '90s called the Rodney King case. Like, and these cops beat the goofy out of Rodney King. Like, and with a straight face, they said they didn't do it. Yeah, I don't think I got no type of confidence in my life like that. Like, can you imagine like you doing something on camera and then look at somebody dead in the face and be like, that ain't me. But like, but right there, like you look at the camera. Nah, that's not me. But if we just play 5 seconds, you said on God in heaven, it's chosen. I just don't know what you're talking about. Like, bro, I don't think I can keep a straight face, bro. Like, if somebody caught me whooping somebody on camera, I'd be like, nah, that ain't me. But like, sir, like your tattoo, it literally says chosen forever. That's your emblem. Nah, you hating, bro. You hating, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's great. Like, I don't know. I could not keep a straight face.
Who had largely formed the younger generation of the Yerva boys that the core Death Patrol members had recruited, who were also going by the name the Hulster Children. This included people like...
I'm my fault, yeah.
Coming into 2019, the only core member...
That's my stunt double, but you ain't... That's my stunt double. You're not an actor. You don't know what I do in my life.
Makalele, aka Maka, who had recently completed his sentence for the firearm offence. Even though the prosecutor reportedly wanted him jailed immediately after the filmed assault of Jafar, even with all of that on camera, once again, there was seemingly not enough evidence to actually convict him. After getting out, Makalele begun gathering the remaining Death Patrol members, who had largely formed the younger generation of the Yerva boys that the core Death Patrol members had recruited, who were also going by the name the Hulster Children. This included people like Makalele's little brother AZ and his friends Panda and Abe, who idolized the older guys in the gang and wanted to replicate their gangster image in the streets. However, with many of the main people from both sides of the war being out of the picture, for a moment, it seemed like things may have cooled down a little bit. In March, Shottaz is released from jail after the police failed to convict him.
His younger brother?
Makalele begun gathering the remaining Death Patrol members, who had largely formed the younger generation of the Yerva boys that the core Death Patrol members had recruited, who were also going by the name the Hulster Children. This included people like Makalele's little brother AZ and his friends Panda and Abe, who idolized the older guys in the gang and wanted to...
That's interesting. That's so interesting to recruit your brother. Because it's like two things, right? Like, you may want a better life for your younger brother, but at the same time, your younger brother's definitely going to be a target. And so he might as well be part of it. It's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know what I would do. Because regardless, yeah, if his friends are a target, his brother's definitely a target. So like, you probably don't want your brother involved, but like, am I gonna take the gamble that they gonna respect it? Nah. So like, they be like, oh, it's his brother. He's not part of it. I'm not taking that gamble, and I don't think they would. So like, he's gonna have to walk around probably with some type of weapon anyway. Damn, that's tough, bro.
To replicate their gangster image in the streets. However, with many of the main people from both sides of the war being out of the picture, for a moment, it seemed like things may have cooled down a little bit. In March, Shottaz is released from jail after the police failed to tie him to the large drug bust that took down Musa and Talak. Sometime after, he seemingly returns to Spain to maintain his connections down there. Even with all of the police attention, the members of both of these gangs were global and seemingly able to move between borders freely. Unfortunately, this would mean the downfall for certain members on both sides. As in June 2019, Yasin's manager Faye, aka Frankie, travels to Denmark together with two other Shottaz members, Gucci and Hoods, with the apparent aim of meeting local people there from the rap music business. In reality, it would turn out that they'd been tricked by Makalele and his crew, who end up ambushing the trio at a parking lot in Herlev, a suburb on the outskirts of Denmark's capital, Copenhagen. Makan and his crew would begin shooting at their car with an automatic rifle and handguns. Faye and Hoods would take off running, and Hoods is able to escape unharmed, but Faye would be hit in the thigh, beginning to bleed profusely while running away from the shooters. He would jump into a bush and hide there, managing to get away from the shooters who returned to their car. There, Gucci, who was unable to escape, would fall into the grass near the car with severe gunshot wounds. At that point, a man runs back to the car and returns fire with an automatic rifle, shooting Gucci over a dozen times more from close distance, killing him on the spot, whilst another attacker filmed it. After the shooting, the Death Patrol members can be seen on video jumping into their car and speeding off from the scene, leaving Gucci's body on the ground to be found by police, whilst Faye is bleeding out nearby, later passing away from his injuries. Their getaway car would later
Nah, nigga. Nah, bro. This nigga saw behind the scenes footage of a hit, bro. What is going on, bro? Bro, he shot B-roll, bro. Get this nigga, bro. Get this nigga, bro. Get this nigga, man. Go to jail, bro. Go to jail, bro. Go to jail, bro. Day in the life. Has anybody ever wondered what a hit day looks like? How to start your hit day? Come with me. Go to jail, bro. Go to jail, bro. Go to jail, bro. Come on. You can do it. Come do a hit with me. Go to jail, nigga. That's crazy. Shot B, nigga, recorded it? Go to jail, bro. Vlogging when you spinning the block is, bro, that's crazy, bro. In another country. Bro, turning the door to Explorer. Can you find it? Did you find it? Bro, go to jail. Go to jail, bro. Like, go to jail, bro. Go to jail, bro. Like this, bro, go to jail, bro. That's crazy. This is crazy.
to be found intact after an unsuccessful attempt to light it on fire. Now, the failure to burn this car that was used in the murder, leaving Gucci's body on the ground to be found by police, whilst Faye is bleeding out nearby, later passing away from his injuries. Their getaway car would later be found intact after an unsuccessful attempt to light it on fire. Now, the failure to burn this car that was used in the murder would turn out to be a costly mistake, providing the Danish investigators ample DNA evidence. A few days later,
Nigga, how do you fail to burn the car? You ran out of gasoline? Like, bro. Bro, niggas better start checking the group chat, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I don't condone no violence. It's just like stuff that's like, what happened? Like, it just stuff be happening to you. Like, nigga, like, I mean, the price of gas is kind of crazy. Nah, Flazer, you're stupid, bro. Flazer, you're stupid. He said, I mean, the price of gas is kind of crazy. Nah, you stupid, bro. Nah, like, he said, how much is 1 gallon? I think we'll be good, bro. I think a lighter would be alright, bro. I think a lighter. Yeah, we got some sticks. Just run some sticks together, nigga. Like, bro, what? Like, that's. I'm sorry. Like, I just get mad because we in 2024 and there's no way that like people doing quote unquote. wild hits in like the 70s and stuff. Like nobody took no type of like no learning. Like yeah, bro, we probably should burn the car, even though they were burning the car in the 70s, where they didn't have nearly as much technology to trace people's DNA.
Denmark police would get a tip that one of the shooters is hiding in an apartment in the city of Aarhus, around 3 hours away from the crime scene. And there, they end up catching up with none other than Makalele, who was filmed by a bystander whilst attempting to avoid the capture by hanging from a balcony. 4 weeks later, the other suspects would all be caught back in Stockholm, Sweden, at which point they were swiftly extradited back to Denmark, beginning a long wait for trial. The Death Patrol at this point had been written about in the media for several years, but the shocking events in Denmark cemented their notoriety in the media. In a country where such gangster celebrities were a relatively new phenomenon, the discourse would sometimes reach bizarre levels. For example, this insane column would be written that pondered whether the Gucci brand had some kind of responsibility to act and condemn members of the Death Patrol who often dressed in the designer brand. When it finally came time for the trial and sentencing, the Death Patrol...
Listen, I'll be honest. I'm gonna say this to anybody with ears. Gucci don't care. Gucci don't care. There's a rapper called Gucci Mane. Gucci does not care, nigga. That ain't got nothing to do with Gucci. Gucci been minding their business for I don't know how long. Black people been wearing Gucci for a while. A lot of rappers been wearing Gucci for a while. And Gucci definitely, yeah. Gucci don't care. Gucci don't care. Their money still gonna get spent. People still gonna buy it. They don't care. The same reason that Hennessy don't care. I think Hennessy is white owned. Nobody cares. Because they like their money. Should they listen? You can start the conversation. They not gonna care, brother. they gonna look like they don't care. They gonna be like this. We don't care. I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care, brother. We don't care. Okay, be safe.
members would find out just how bad they messed up by crossing the border to commit these murders. Denmark has been much quicker to act with regards to their own gang problems, and the country would have much harsher penalties for these gangsters than Sweden, with law in certain cases allowing the sentence to be doubled if the crime is proven to be gang-related. In the end, Makan and the 2 other older members would end up getting life. That pondered whether the Gucci brand had some kind of responsibility to act and condemn members of the Death Patrol who often dressed in the designer brand. When it finally came time for the trial and sentencing, the Death Patrol members would find out just how bad they messed up by crossing the border to commit these murders. Denmark has been much quicker to act with regards to their own gang problems, and the country would have much harsher penalties for these gangsters than Sweden, with law in certain cases allowing the sentence to be doubled if the crime is proven to be gang-related. In the end, Makan and the 2 other older members would end up getting life sentences, whilst 2 younger guys, who were still both 17 years old at the time of the crime, would end up getting 20 years each. In Sweden, the younger members, or 100 guys, would have likely received much more lenient sentences, typically 3 or 4 years in a youth home. However, as of 2022, due to these laws that prevented underage people from getting serious prison time, Swedish laws are now being rewritten due to the exploitation of these young offenders as hitmen. However, even in Denmark, the sentences of the youngest members made history by being the first sentences of that length being given to underage offenders. This
legal history that was made today as the first time a murder defendant was under 18 at the time of crimes was sentenced to 20 years in prison. 5 Swedish gang members who belonged to the group DP were found guilty on Friday morning murder of 2 men aged 21 and 23 and attempted murder of 20. Oh, they killed 2 of them. Oh, snap. Succumb to their injuries. I mean, I'm gonna say this, like to do stuff like I said, bro, as an American, like to do stuff in broad daylight is crazy. Like I just like that's kind of wild. Like in the middle of the city, like you wildin', like I don't know, and Denmark is like, bro, we not playing, bro. Like you getting 20 years. You getting 20 years, brother. So and like 17, I think 17 is the year that is kind of like it's always dangerous. I think even in California, like 17 is still like like I think they can try you. Some states definitely can try you as an adult, even if you're 17. I believe if the crime is heinous enough, like murder, I think they can try you as an adult. So that's like the option here in America. I know every state differs. Yeah, it's probably living in a no-go zone, but broad daylight is crazy. Like, bro, like what do we even like? Oh, you just don't care, like. Y'all think this is y'all really moving like mafiosos like the cartel for real. Like I just like to do something in broad daylight and think it's in like stay there. Like if I was them, I would have back to Sweden immediately. Like I would not have stayed, bro. I would have been, I'm out of here. I'm out of there. I'm out of there, bro. I don't know about nothing, bro. I'm out of there. Like I just and I'm just going off of like movie, like documentary law logic. Like like burning the car. I'm not trying to help people get away, but I'm like, bro, why would like y'all moving crazy like this? What the hell happened to burning the car? Like for real, like nigga, what like nigga, bro, I'm so like bro, what happened to burning like y'all doing this outrageous crazy stuff? You got 20 some years, you gone for life, bro. It's over. Like your life is done. And you tell me like bro, I promise if somebody told me like, yo, so we got locked up because the nigga didn't burn the car. What? Not like, yo, this investigator, like it was crazy, like somebody just happened to be recording at the time, caught me, some random camera on a random street. Like, bro, no, like we just forgot to burn the car. I'm like, bro, get on my face, bro. Like I probably would slap the goofy out of somebody. Like, bro, you didn't burn the car? Uh, They've been burning the cars since like the 40s, bro. I say the 70s, 60s, bro. Since like the 40s, they've been like, yeah, bro, burn the car, burn the getaway vehicle. Like, come on, bro. And I'm shocked. That's kind of wild to me. Denmark sound like they was like, bro, we not dealing with none of that gangster, bro. I don't care what you talking about. And everything starts at a young age. But it has to start. Everything has to start young because young people are change in general. Because there's not a there's not a logical care for consequences. There's a thought of, well, it won't be me. You feel eventually like, hey, it ain't gonna be me, man. That's why youth is always with change. That's why youth will always be willing to do something like this. A 24, 25-year-old, like, bro, that's gonna be life though. That's like 20 years, bro. Like, I kind of want to take care of my family, or I want to live to see my family, or live up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's crazy though. That's crazy, bro. Like the thing is, just they thought they just wouldn't go to jail and just be out. It's crazy. Like you like took people's lives. Like, what you mean? You think you just gonna go home? What are you talking about?
This set a clear example for other gangsters to think twice before bringing their armed conflicts across their borders.
And they go,
However,
look,
after an appeal,
and that, that's what I've been saying. There's a image to uphold. That's what's blowing my mind about Sweden. I'm like, y'all don't even care. Like, I'm sure it's even in the UK. Like, there's a case and they're like, no, they gonna make an example out of them niggas. Yeah, man. It's like that with America too. Oh, you did what? Oh, we gonna make. That's another reason why. Like, if you do something crazy, they're gonna make an example out of you. The first person to you try to do something broad daylight in the middle of a city wilding. Oh yeah, you just know your life is over. They're gonna make an example out of you. You do if you do something to a individual that may be a part of law enforcement, you going to jail for life. It's over. Just know it's over. Know it's over. There ain't gonna be I did that. I didn't even only got like 5. Oh no, you got life, brother. Yeah, you got life. They're gonna make a point. Yeah, just so you know, just for anybody that wants to do some research, whenever you do this, you get life. Hey, come find out if you want to. So like you ain't seeing the sun. Yeah, you ain't seeing the sun again, brother. It's over. So that's what I've been kind of shocked with Sweden. I'm like, y'all don't care about y'all image. Like that's where that's kind of blowing me. I'm like, bro, I don't care how nice like there's some stuff is like, nah, like if politics was like, yo, we about to, yeah, man. You gonna make if somebody needs an example set. We can figure out how to make an example. Yeah, man, I like hard headed people. They be liking hard headed people. So this is that's why I said the Sweden thing's been so interesting to me because I'm like I know image matters. So Denmark is like, nah, we're not playing. We can make an example. Y'all think this is the y'all trying to be funny. Bet life. How old are you? 17? 20 years. Two young perpetrators who were both sentenced at the time of the crime were sentenced last year to 20 years in prison each. Is the most severe sentence ever handed out to a minor in Denmark. Now the sentence for both of them is reduced to 16 years. Oh. Oh. Yo, nigga, I ain't gonna hold you. I read it like they reduced 16, like they took 16 years away. I was like, oh, they only got 1 year? And nigga said, yeah, we got you reduce it 16. Nah, that's nah, they all them niggas. They all niggas say, yeah, bro, I'm gonna reduce it. Yeah, so instead of yeah, you right, man. You right, man. You right, man. You right, nigga. Making you run 20 miles, that's crazy. That's wild, man. You right. It's a wild workout, man. Make it 19. Hold hold them. Nah, the course got jokes, bro. The course got jokes. The course got jokes. The course got jokes. Nigga say, yeah, we'll reduce it. Yeah, I got you. I think we need to reduce the time, right? This is an incredibly amount of time. How about 16? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, let's not do 2 decades. 2 decades is crazy. Not even 1.5. Let's 1.9. What about 1.9 decades? How about that? You good? That sound good to you? Ah, yeah, that's like a nigga reloading the bill, bro. Oh, you right, man. We got a great discount for you, brother. How about this? We remove $1. It's like a nigga tipping you $1, but don't tip me, bro. You might as well just keep the year, nigga. It's like, bro, it's like somebody tipping you $1, bro. All right, bro. Like, don't even talk to me, bro. This is crazy.
The youngsters' sentences were eventually lowered to 16 years, but still, this is multiples more than they would have received had they done the murders in Sweden. Unfortunately, even these sentences haven't been enough to stop the gang from further operating in Denmark, and the Danish news would go on to report that the death squad had actually built official alliances with local gang sets there. But for now, it seemed that Sweden's most dangerous gangsters had been taken off the streets, funnily enough, thanks to the Danish authorities. However, naturally, this wouldn't be the end of the warfare, and moving forward, the remaining members of the Shottaz and the Death Patrol would continue their bloody campaign for Get Back.
Hey, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, them niggas already. Bro said, yeah. They still formed an alliance. They say, yeah, it don't matter anyway. Like, I'm like, how did they form an alliance if bro was the main dude out there? I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Damn. You know what's crazy? That was the only way they definitely formed alliances. That makes complete sense. Was it Shot Caller? I think I was watching Shot Caller or something. It was just like, when you think about it, prison, right? The gang leaders are in prison. There's a different gang leader on the street and one in prison. Where they send Death Patrol? To prison. He already got life, so what? He gonna quit the gang now? He gonna turn his life around? Nah, he said, say less. Well, let me. I might as well keep establishing connections that I was trying to establish. Oh damn. I mean, so that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. I was like, well, who else? If the others are locked up, like, how would they? Who else has clout enough to establish the connection with them if it's not one of the leaders? And he was the only one free. It was him. I would say outside looking in, it was the guy that got locked. Him getting locked up actually helped him establish better connections with the local gangs, even though it was supposed to be a deterrent against the gangs. That's crazy. That's why I was like, dude, damn, hold no matter what.
Hard T fans, your network just got
Even though bro got
stronger.
life, that's kind of crazy when you think
7T
about it.
is finally
Back in the suburbs of Rinkeby, Shottaz members were enraged after the murders of Faye and Gucci, and it was clear that somebody would have to pay in blood. With the Swedish news reporting the authorities had labelled the gang situation as a code red and describing a revenge spiral that had resulted in yet more murders in the community. In the following weeks, there were several violent incidents taking place in Järva. In one of these incidents, a Death Patrol affiliate was beaten badly, and a video of the attack was posted online. And then, one night in August, the younger generation of the Shottaz, or the so-called filterless guys, ended up allegedly running into a brother of a Death Patrol member called Capone. After beating the brother up, they forced him to call Capone and ask him to come to where they were, a wooded area in Tensta. But Capone worked out what was going on, refusing to come, knowing likely what would happen to him. Later on, Capone's brother would be found shot to death in that wooded area.
Oh wow. We just talked about this. We just talked about what do you do because they don't think it's sweet with your brother. So your brother might as well. Your brother basically has to join because if he don't, he gonna be targeted regardless, and he always gonna have to carry. He gotta basically already be part of it because they not gonna get. It's very unlikely that to get your brother a pass. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, that's why, bro, be a civilian, man. Like that right there. That's like, was it his younger brother? I don't know. I gotta see. Was that his younger brother?
Back in the suburbs of Rinkeby, Shottaz members were enraged after the murders of Faye and Gucci, and it was clear that somebody would have to pay in blood. With the Swedish news reporting the authorities had labelled the gang situation as a code red and describing a revenge spiral that had resulted in yet more murders in the community. In the following weeks, there were several violent incidents taking place in Järva. In one of these incidents, a Death Patrol affiliate was beaten badly, and a video of the attack was posted online. And then, one night in August, the younger generation of the Shottaz, or the so-called filterless guys, ended up allegedly running into a brother of a Death Patrol member called Capone. After beating the brother up, they forced him to call Capone and ask him to come to where they were, a wooded area in Tensta. But Capone worked out what was going on, refusing to come, knowing likely what would happen to him. Later on, Capone's brother would be found shot to death in that wooded area.
I didn't tell me if it was younger or not, bro. Like, bro, I don't even. I don't. I don't, yo. I don't really know. Like, be a civilian, man. I don't know. Like, I don't even know what he's supposed to say to his mom, especially if that was like his younger brother, and you already understand. I'm pretty sure when Capone got off the phone, he knew his brother was gonna lose his life, and he knew that if he went, well, they just both would die. But at the same time, his mom could look at him and be like, "You left him alone to die." And that right there will haunt any adult, any human being. Um, because in a sense, he did. Rather, it was the logical right choice to make because both of them would have lost their lives. His mom would have lost two sons. Even the 0.0005% chance that they let your brother go would take you. Would you try? And those questions are the questions that are tough questions. Because had he went and tried, rather him and his brother both lost their lives, it would have felt better because it was just like, yeah, nah, like I know I did everything to try. Opposed from living with the guilt. That'll forever haunt him. Um man, that's man, like I don't even, bro, like I had, I had like my uncle had called me and I like hung up. I remember I yeah him off the phone when he was on dialysis. A couple weeks later he passed, and that haunted me for a minute. Um, where were you? What was you doing? And this, like, imagine hanging up the phone, bro, knowing what they're gonna do to him, and everybody gonna look at you. You can't help it. Everybody gonna look at you like, bro, you didn't even try. man, be a civilian, bro. I don't even like you got a sibling, bro, to be like, yo, like he died alone, bro. Like, bro, bro, his brother died alone, bro, and you gotta eat that. Like, it's your fault, bro. Like, I'm dead ass crying, bro. Like, I just bring back my flashbacks to when, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't even know what to say, bro. That's heavy, bro. I can't even imagine, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I like, and you gotta, like, I couldn't live with that. Even, like, honestly, he made the logical right decision to trust that the other side, after everything that happened, is gonna let you and your brother live. Come on, man. Or if they would even let your brother live. Come on, man. But certain things is like, some things you just, like, I gotta do it because that's my brother. And he chose a more logical decision. He got to live with that for the rest of his life, bro. Bro, that's sick, bro. Be a civilian, man. It's been sick on both sides. I don't even like. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, I don't even know what to say, bro. Um, like, what were those dates though? That happened? My fault, yeah, my fault. Like, I dead ass don't know what to say. Like, what happened in these dates?
That had resulted in yet more murders in the community. In the following week,
And it says the man is in his 30s. Oh wow. Automatic weapons, 4 men, also from rookie are in custody. A masked man shot a gun at a group of people in Wrigley. This original calling man is 30 stabbed at. Wow. And bro, like that's sad, bro. Like, bro, I don't like if you got siblings, bro. Like, I got siblings, so like, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, bro, living is always painful, bro. Living on, man, and to bear that, nigga, I would have been done, bro. Like this, I don't even know, like.
weeks, there were several violent incidents taking place in Yerva. In one of these incidents, a Death Patrol affiliate was beaten badly, and a video of the attack was posted online. And then, one night in August, the younger generation of the Shottaz, or the so-called filterless guys, ended up allegedly running into a brother of a Death Patrol member called Capone. After beating the brother up, they forced him to call Capone and ask him to come to where they were, a wooded area in Tenster. But Capone worked out what was going on, refusing to come, knowing likely what would happen to him. Later on, Capone's brother would be found shot to death in that wooded area. The police would later allegedly arrest 5 people suspected of being involved in the murder, one of these men allegedly being Hoods, who had just survived the Death Patrol's assassination attempt in Denmark. But once again, there wasn't enough evidence, and no one would be charged in the end. 12 years later, in 2020...
Y'all, I just don't, like, y'all, like his mom is probably asking him, bro, where were you? Like, what you supposed to say? And then you think about, like, what the hell is the point of even being in the game? We supposed to be stronger, like, we supposed to be the tough, like, you can't even protect the person you love most. Yo, you can't even protect your blood family, bro. What's the point? What are you even doing, man? And that's probably like what his mom or other family members asked, bro. What's the point of this? You tough, right? Who cares? Who cares? What's the point, man? Where were you? We joke. We all when the world needed you most. Where were you? When his brother needed him most, he wasn't there. Bro. I don't even, bro. I'm so y'all. Like, I really just cried. Like y'all see me on camera, bro. Like, I'm not. Like, that shit, bro. Like, nigga, that ain't even no funny. Like, there ain't nothing funny. Ain't nothing joking. Like, that shit is just like, nigga, you just gotta hold that. able to look at your mom after that? I couldn't look at my mom. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Be a civilian, like, cause honestly, bro, he made the logical choice. However, with that logical choice, he gotta live with that. And at the end of the day, even if it was 0.0000005% chance, the question is always asked: do you still try? Would you? Man, that's crazy.
22, Yassine would rap in the song V4, implying that hoods had indeed gotten some get back. In November 2019, Yassine was released from prison after finishing his sentence for the firearm and other lesser offences. While he had been locked up, the Swedish gangster rap scene had exploded, partly due to Einar's huge popularity. And even from behind bars, Yassine had also become one of the country's most popular artists. Shortly after his release, Yassine headed to Milano, Italy with his friends, including alleged Shottaz members, to shoot a big-budget music video for his new song, DSGIS, which translates to What is Hidden in Snow. Yassine begins the song by calling to free a bunch of Shottaz members, including JB, aka Jafar Bin, and Far, the brother of Faye, who had been doing a long sentence while the war in Rinkeby had been raging. In the music video, there's a number of other Shottaz members present, such as Yassine's longtime friend Poi, aka Vincent. In December, he would release an EP with the hilarious title, which translates to Hand Under Mona Lisa's Skirt, where he again shouts out Far, as well as saying Rest in Peace Frankie, aka Faye. And then, in a surprising turn of events, only a few days after this EP's release, and right before New Year's Eve, Poi, who had just featured in Yassine's music video, was found in a car at a parking lot in Rinkeby with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to a hospital, but his condition was severe, eventually only being kept alive with a ventilator. And sadly, the following day, his father would post on Facebook, revealing that his son had indeed passed away. Shortly after Poi was found, the police arrested several people, 2 near the scene and others in a car near downtown Stockholm. One of the people arrested in the car was Yassine himself, with news reporting the arrest of the Swedish rap star. Apparently, all of the arrested were members of the Shottaz gang. Yassine explained to police that he had actually been sitting in the car with Poi when suddenly someone had opened the door on the driver's side, shooting Poi. Yassine claimed that he would then take off running, believing that he had been the true target of the attack. Yassine was found to have some gunshot residue on him, which made his story seem questionable.
Just the story did not agree with the technical examination, which said that the shots were fired from inside the car and then disappeared through the rolled down window on the driver's side. Oh, that's that one. W. Millie. As a former engineer major, when people say certain angles don't make sense and very logical analytics, trust analytics. Trust analytics. They saying, bro, that don't make sense though. When an engineer tell you something don't make sense, like that, when it's backed by logic and the equation, like, bro, the equation don't make sense, bro, because the equation always the equation. That don't make no sense. That's crazy.
And others in a car near downtown Stockholm. One of the people arrested in the car was Yassine himself, with news reporting the arrest of the Swedish rap star. Apparently, all of the arrested were members of the Shottaz gang. Yassine explained to police that he had actually been sitting in the car with Poi when suddenly someone had opened the door on the driver's side, shooting Poi. Yassine claimed that he would then take off running, believing that he had been the true target of the attack. Yassine was found to have some gunshot residue on him.
Well, he booked a ticket? Wait, hold on. Oh, this is crazy.
Sitting in the car with Poi when suddenly someone had opened the door on the driver's side, shooting Poi. Yassine.
He booked a ticket on the first morning flight to London, but was arrested before that. Nah, that's suspicious as hell. Would somebody flee though?
Claimed that he would then take off running, believing that he had been the true target of the attack. Yassine was found to have some gunshot residue on him, which made his story seem questionable, but that alone didn't really help the police understand what had happened. And in spring of 2020, Yassine and the rest of the Shottaz members were finally released due to a lack of evidence. But
Basically, he said they opened the door, opened fired on bro, and then he took off running. Cause basically he's saying that when they opened the door, they just opened fired on bro. And when they opened fired on bro, he saw it, looked, dipped, saw as they shot bro, he just got out the car and just ran. But what they saying that don't make no sense, cause why do you have gunshot residue on you? And they saying the trajectory don't make no sense. Like the bullet's trajectory of bro don't make no sense. It doesn't seem like it was outside the car. But they ain't got no murder weapon. Is without a murder weapon, it's always just people always need a murder weapon, man. That's kind of usually how it goes. Like no murder weapon is very hard to prove. It's very hard to prove if there's no murder weapon. Rugby game, which causes Shottaz has been at bloody war with the rival of several years, but after the recent fashion of the game, that's crazy. Okay, let's listen again. Let's listen again. My fault, y'all. This is crazy. This shit crazy.
Found in a car at a parking lot in Rinkeby with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to a hospital, but his condition was severe, eventually only being kept alive with a ventilator. And sadly, the following day, his father would post on Facebook revealing that his son had indeed passed away. Shortly after Poi was found, the police arrested several people, 2 near the scene and others in a car near downtown Stockholm. One of the people arrested in the car was Yasin himself, with news reporting the arrest of the Swedish rap star. Apparently, all of the arrested were members of the Shottaz gang. Yasin explained to police that he had actually been sitting in the car with Poi when suddenly someone had opened the door on the driver's side, shooting Poi. Yasin
Yeah, so he says somebody opened the door and just shot, bro.
claimed that he would then take off running, believing that he had been the true target for the attack. Yasin was found to have some gunshot residue on him, which made his story seem questionable.
The story did not agree with which said that the shots were fired from inside the car and then disappeared through the road. So they saying he was definitely shot and that the bullets went out the window. So they saying that's impossible. They just don't got no weapon though. They just don't got no weapon, and although it's technical examination, it's like it's still kind of he said she said. Especially when there's little like evidence of them losing people and them being in a brutal gang. Yeah, they saying that don't even make no sense. Yeah. And they don't even got the bullets. Unless the bullets in, bro, or they passed. They don't even know where the bullets are. So they don't even got no DNA evidence on the bullets or nothing. And they don't got a gun. They don't got the weapon. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Basically, they did some. Bro, this is crazy. This is like some mafia stuff. Like you just be in the car, you good, bro? Yeah, man, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. This is mafia stuff. It would have been stupid mafia if they had like just put rope around, bro, strangle, bro, something. But yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
But that alone didn't really help the police understand what happened. And in spring of 2020, Yasin and the rest of the Shottaz members were finally released due to a lack of evidence. But that didn't stop rumours that Poi had actually been killed due to an internal conflict within the gang, with the news even pointing out the peculiar detail that Poi's name was not celebrated on social media following his death, and that fellow
Oh, it's over. It's over. Steven wanted to see what happened. Yeah, whatever happened, he had a fallout with his group, and it looks like allegedly, possibly, probably, judging from this story, it's probably they have something inkling of the truth. Saying that the Shottaz got their own conflicts. I mean, if they're not gonna celebrate them, then that kind of tells what it is. That kind of says everything. So he must have did something, or something was, or they thought he did something. One or the other. Damn.
So Shottaz didn't contact his family with condolences.
Katie, not even all friends in the group, bro. You got a deadly enemy, and you gotta watch your back inside, bro. Be a civilian, bro.
After this, Yasin would release his debut album, 980111, named after his birthday. The album again has several Shottaz references, like in the song Young and Heartless, where Yasin once again shout outs his murdered friend and manager Frankie, aka Faye, as well as describing how the Shottaz are Stockholm's finest gangsters. There's also other songs where he talks about how his brothers are trying to even the score and leave people brainless. This album was a huge success and reached #1 on Sweden's top album chart, holding the position for 4 weeks. But while Yasin was enjoying his freedom as one of Sweden's top rappers, the events in the gang world that he described in his songs continued to escalate. Despite their main ops from the Death Patrol now largely being locked up, in July 2020, Shaki, who had killed Hamza in the pizza place in Rinkeby at the beginning of 28 and was now spending his last moments in the youth home where he had been sentenced, was helped to escape the youth home by 2 accomplices during a supervised leave. And then, in August, Shobra was once again...
Why did he escape? See, that's dumb.
to escalate. Despite their main ops from the Death Patrol now largely being locked up, in July 2020, Shaki, who had killed Hamza in the pizza place in Rinkeby at the beginning of 28 and was now spending his last moments in the youth home where he had been sentenced, was helped to escape.
Nah, he's stupid. Wait, how much did he get? I forgot how many years he got, but if it was something like 4.5, 5, which I think it was, he tripping. He's dumb. He's dumb.
Escaped the youth home by 2 accomplices during a supervised leave. And then, in August, Shottaz was once again arrested in Spain, this time with his brother, nicknamed City, both who were suspected of organising a large smuggling operation for the Death Patrol. Also in August, another Shottaz-affiliated member was shot to death in Rinkeby by 2 people on a motorbike, in what Swedish police described. August, Shottaz was once again arrested in Spain, this time with his brother, nicknamed City, both who were suspected of organising a large smuggling operation for the Death Patrol. Also in August, another Shottaz-affiliated member was shot to death in Rinkeby by 2 people on a motorbike, in what Swedish police described as an execution of a gang leader. The victim was a man called Captain, who was an alleged leader of the Shottaz younger faction, the so-called FLG, or filterless guys. The murder was rumoured to have been connected to their beef with another gang, the Husby's Hyenas, from the nearby suburb of Husby. Interestingly, Yasin, not too long ago, had done a song together with the rapper Dre Low, who was allegedly a prominent affiliate of the gang from Husby. Reportedly, the police were looking into a recent music video that the rapper had released about a week before the murder. A music video which appeared to portray the murder plot, with one scene where 3 men are looking at a photo of their future victim on a phone screen, with the police trying to determine if the person shown on the phone screen was in fact Captain. Apparently the image was ultimately too blurry to make any definitive conclusions, but this video seemingly sent a message. It appeared that the conflicts in the suburbs of Järva were getting increasingly messy and complex, with Swedish news describing the Husby Hyenas being at war with the filterless guys, and suggesting that children had been given money and weapons to wage war by the older members. In the midst of all of this violence in the streets, unsurprisingly, the gangster rap wave in Sweden was booming. In October...
Nigga, what? The nigga... Nah, We Did It podcast was crazy, bro. They had the dude... So they had a picture of the dude, and it looked like, allegedly, but you couldn't see it fully. Nah, that's crazy, nigga. Because everything in the courtroom, it has to be conclusive. You like, well, I could tell, maybe I could tell, I can't really tell. But, nigga, that's crazy, bro. Hey, bro, I ain't know, that's crazy as hell, nigga. We Did It podcast. This is crazy. And then the nigga, Yasin did a video with bro. Before, did a song with bro, like, we cool, bro. And then, man, that's just crazy. Bro, this shit is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. This shit is crazy, bro. I really, bro, this is wild, nigga. Bro, what are we talking about here? Like, bro, that's the We Did It podcast for real, nigga. What the... On camp, bro. Record yourself on camp, bro. What?
October, Yasin released another album, More to Life, which came with an interesting cover depicting himself bloodied with a bag full of arrows. The album continues on the same gangster rap style as his earlier releases, although with a much more mainstream sound. Still, in the song On Sight, he would rap in the chorus how the war remains active and how he's a criminal for life, implying that this gang war will continue going on and on. However, already the next month, he would release a song with a singer called Miriam Bryant, with the title translating to Give Up Again, a genuine mainstream pop song which received huge mainstream success, actually becoming #1 on Spotify Sweden's top 50 list, with almost 500,000 plays in 24 hours and maintaining the top spot for weeks. Soon after this, Yasin would appear on the Swedish public service broadcaster show focused on pop culture, where he would indicate that he had left the criminal gang life behind for good at this point. It seemed that finally, at the height of his career, Yasin may have actually been able to escape the gang life that took so many of his friends in such a short time. But unfortunately, not long after, exactly 1 year after Boy's death on New Year's Eve, Yasin was once again arrested. But this time, the reason was even more surprising, as he was suspected of taking part in a plot to kidnap the rival up-and-coming rap star Einar. And it's hard to explain just how serious this situation is. These were 2 of the biggest gang-affiliated rap stars in Sweden at this point, with one Reddit post describing the situation as if Drake had been arrested for the kidnapping.
Tunja saying his life, it would be like Drake, if Drake was involved in the kidnapping of Travis Scott.
Of Travis Scott, or the Tory and Meghan shooting situation, only much wilder.
What? Bro, what the hell is going on, bro?
babyface Swedish gangster rapper Einar had built a serious buzz for himself in the years preceding his tragic fate. However, his position in the gangster rap scene and his proximity to real gangsters running the suburbs of Sweden was both part of the appeal and a serious threat. Spending time during his come-up in the Darlen district in Stockholm, he would rub shoulders with the infamous street crew, the Darlen Network, building a friendship with an alleged former leader of the Darlen Network, Patty, who became Einar's manager, along with another alleged member called Chapo. As you now know, in 2018, Patty would be killed, with the allegations that Chapo was responsible ultimately leading to a trial where Chapo would beat all the charges. And now you know more about the bloody and years-long gang war that followed, it's no surprise then that Einar's position at the top of the Swedish drill community would be contentious. The later rumours were that the Darlen Network, who allegedly were involved in the early career of Einar, had become resentful towards the rapper after his career had blown up. Apparently, they had been left out of lucrative deals. Later, extensive police reports would reveal exactly what had happened. Much of these revelations were based on the fact that just as Einar's kidnapping was being planned, the police in Europe had gained access to messages between thousands of criminals who had been using an encrypted communication network made by the company called EncroChat. These messages showed that between the 30
Nigga, there's a gangbanging. Nah, nigga, nah. There's a gangbanging message board? Message app? Nigga, what? Nah, I ain't going. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, nigga. Nigga, gangbanging chat GPT is crazy. Like, I don't even. Nigga, I don't. Nigga, gangbanging chick? Quizlet RS? Bro, what? Bro, what is going on? Gangbang MySpace? Yo, what, bro? That's crazy. This is crazy, nigga. Nigga, what? Nigga, nah, I ain't gonna lie. The app took me out. The app is crazy. The app is crazy.
kidnapping was being planned, the police in Europe had gained access to messages between thousands of criminals who had been using an encrypted communication network made by the company called EncroChat.
Nah, that's funny, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. That's crazy. Gang banging cryptic check. That's wild. That's nigga. I don't even know what to say to that. That's yo, wow. Hey, this is a safe space for gangbangers. Okay. Hey. Gang. Hey, listen. You matter. Okay. We just want to create a safe space. I just don't understand. Right? Like, why can't we? Why don't we matter? Right? Why don't our wants to sell illegal substances? You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just get all these great illegal? Like, we can't be out in the open. You know, we need a space for us, right? Nigga, who's on the commercial? Like for Inco, I think the commercial is like a bunch of gangs like dapping each other up. Well, I never would have. I never. I just when I think about it, I just never would have met Smokey. You know what I mean? I think Smokey's a great guy. I heard about his reputation. Hey, he didn't get Smokey for smoking. You know what I mean? So I think he's really a great guy. You know, put a dude 6 feet. Put a dude 6 feet, man. At first I was a little wary of him, but as I got to know him, right, I just thought he was a great guy. He makes a really, really great cup of tea. Nigga, counselor for bro, what are we doing? Bro, this is crazy.
These messages showed that between the 30th and 31st of March 2020, Yasin was working together with members from both the Darlen and Vorby networks to kidnap Einar. Yasin's job in the plan was to lure Einar, who thought that the two were on good terms with him, to a location where he could be kidnapped. Later messages would provide a shocking revelation, when one of the people involved in the plan would write a message saying that Yasin will do Einar like Poi, implying that Yasin had indeed lured his childhood friend out the night that he was murdered. However, on the
Nigga, I'm so confused though. Like, so we just got here hearing about the Death Patrol and the Shottaz, right? These other gangs are not beefing with Death Patrol, and Einar isn't with Death Patrol. Einar just kind of knows everybody, and it sounds like these other two groups just kind of know the Shottaz.
The night that Yasin was supposed to lure Einar to a specific location, he would get paranoid after he was stopped by the police in the early morning of the 31st of March during a visit to a 7-Eleven. After a taxi driver had reported giving a ride to a group of nervously acting men who possibly had a weapon. After the search, at this stop, the police would indeed find a gun on Yasin. But this gun would turn out actually to be a replica, which Yasin had claimed he was only carrying for a music video shoot. Also that night, another gang member involved in the plan, a former
I've seen this nigga on Jersey Shore. Yeah, man, that's why, hey, man, I'm leaving Sweden people alone, man. I seen him on Jersey Shore, man. He got it, bro. He got it. He got it. Look like Justin Bieber stunt double. Nigga, you got it, bro. Baby, 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 oh, like what you wanna be. I'm leaving this nigga alone, man. And listen, bro, I'm gonna say this too, bro. If 7 niggas get in a taxi, and I'm guessing they probably all had hoods on, a Nike Tech mask or something, bro, listen. Yes, you look suspicious. What? Y'all not dressed up to go out for a party, so why the hell is 7 dudes? Y'all not about to go play no basketball, no soccer. Y'all ain't got no uniform. Check, bro. Yes, nigga, you look suspicious. Like, bro, people just be doing stuff like, I can't believe we got stopped. Yes, nigga, you look suspicious. Okay, let me go back to my fault. He got paranoid because he got to stop. Nigga, I got paranoid stuff. Like, yeah, I'm out, bro.
Police in the early morning of the 31st of March during a visit to a 7-Eleven. After a taxi driver had reported giving a ride to a group of nervously acting men who possibly had a weapon. After this search, at this stop, the police would indeed find a gun on Yasin. But this gun would turn out actually to be a replica, which Yasin had claimed he was only carrying for a music video shoot. Also that night, another gang member involved in the plan, former youth soccer star Ilya Jerkovic, who had played in Sweden's under-17 national team before suffering an injury and getting deep into the gang life of the Vorby network, would find the police snooping around his apartment, making him suspicious. After these events, the gang would decide to abort the initial kidnapping plan. A few days later, the leader of the Vorby network, Shahab Lamauri, would indicate that they had located his longtime nemesis, Mikhail Yokana, and Yasin was notified that Einar's kidnapping plans were to be put on hold. In reality,
Say to Yasin that we're putting 9 on ice now, focusing on this. Bro, these niggas got you in 4K. Basically, Yasin did his home, allegedly, probably, from these text messages, looks like he has something to do with his... This is crazy, nigga. This is crazy. Nigga, I'd have been over it. I'd have been like, yep, that's a sign. Yep, that's a sign, bro. That's a sign, bro. That's a sign, bro. I'll be telling you, bro, whether you believe in God, or don't believe in God, world, universe, nature, bro, there be signs not to do something. There's always a sign. It's always like, something told me not to do that. You know what I mean? Nah, not this one, bro. Some told me to leave this one the hell alone. After this, bro, don't talk to me about I ain't kidding, bro. I'd be like, bro, you lost my number, bro. Lose my number, brother. I don't know nothing about nothing. Everybody like, bro, nah, this ain't it, bro. You call me pussy, call me whatever you want to do, call me, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. Say to Yasin.
however, the plans moved on, but this time with the help of the rapper Haval. It was now Haval's turn, together with members of the Darlan network that Einar had previously associated with, to lure Einar into a specific apartment where members of the Vorby network would be waiting. Astonishingly, shortly after midnight on the 15th of April, as Haval, Einar, and members of the Darlan network, including the leader, Mario Golzarmir, were driving towards the apartment, the police would once again make a stop. Unfortunately, everyone in the car seemed to be in good spirits at this point, and after telling the crew to kick one person out of the car to bring the number of people traveling in it to a safe 5 passengers, the cops then allowed them to continue their journey. This stop by the police happened only 100 meters away from their destination. Inside the apartment they were going to, members of the Vorby network were waiting, armed with the various weapons, as well as props that they were planning on using to humiliate Einar.
That's a movie right there. That's a movie right there. You know what's crazy, man? I'm hella faith based. I'm hella faith based. That was two things. It's always crazy because people be like the police was there, and I'm religious, so I'm gonna say this. God was trying to say that, man. God was trying to save him. 100 meters, that's running track distance. Yeah, that's crazy. God was trying to save him. Whether you believe in, I believe in God. So God was trying to save him. God gave him a last, like, if he had just said, I feel uncomfortable. Hey, man, hey, let me out. Let me out. I would be very shocked. Um, be very shocked if that group of individuals decided to do some wild stuff to some police officers. Um, Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's really the movie. It's only 100 meters from where it was. Police stopped Einar with 6 people in the car. You know what's crazy? You know what's wild? And you could even flip it on Einar if Einar had just said something. But if the cop isn't just trying to just chill, if they had run into a cop that's not chill, like, nah, bro, y'all got 6 people in the car, bro. Get out the car. It's illegal. I'm taking the car. Einar would be like, bro, that's damn. Cause the nigga walking probably walked to the place. Said only 100 meters, bro. That's crazy, bro. Oh my god, bro. I don't even know, bro. I don't know what to say because if you really think about it, bro, like the nigga that got out the car probably walked to the place. It's only 100 meters away, and then you like, if the cop wasn't so chill, like if the cop was like on some like, if the cop was like on some strict rules, he's probably saved. If the cop was on some strict rules, Eden's probably saved. And if Ener had paid attention to the sign, like, hold on, bro, 5, 6 niggas and these not my bro. First of all, I ain't, but that's so tough, bro. My only thing, he probably was quote unquote already kidnapped. I ain't gonna. He probably was just trying to play it cool, like, man, it's whatever, bro. Like, I ain't. Like, he probably think we still somewhat solid. People got egos and tough, nigga. Bro, I'm not showing up by myself, bro. Like, we not, bro. I'm not, bro. I don't, bro. I'm not showing, bro. Bro, what? The way this life is, I'm not showing up by myself to nothing, bro. On God, I'm not. So they must have already had bro in the car to take bro wherever he was going, because it don't sound like those his dudes. Man, that was God trying to save him, man. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this. That was God trying to save him. Because every time when they tried to get him before, they had the police stops. They tried to get him this time, they had another police stop. And I was trying to be like, brother, just see. I'm locked in on signs. Like, I trust my gut whole. We got a police stop right now. Where we? Nah, hey, bro. Yeah, hey, man, you right, man. Hey, yo, hey, let me out. Hey, yo, actually, call me soft, nigga. Yeah, actually, I ain't. Hey, I'll be the soft nigga that live. Yeah, y'all can have that tough. This is crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's a movie for real, bro. I wonder how that cop feels. Cause I'm sure this happens to them, but to like
100 meters away from their destination. Inside the apartment they were going to, members of the
and from him being kidnapped, I promise you, when a big rapper get kidnapped, he damn near might be out of a job. He the police the media on the police is crazy. Cops actually saw the person getting kidnapped. Stopped the car, actually. And them niggas continued. Man, that's it.
Fortunately, everyone in the car seemed to be in good spirits at this point, and after telling the crew to kick one person out of the car to bring the number of people travelling in it to a safe 5 passengers, the cops then allowed them to continue their journey. This stop by the police happened only 100 meters away from their destination. Inside the apartment they were going to, members of the Volby network were waiting, armed with the various weapons, as well as props that they were planning on using to humiliate Einar. Once again, in another shocking display of brutality that I have never seen in any gang story from Australia to Chicago, these gangsters would hold Einar captive, forcing him to dress up in women's clothing and drink from a dog bowl amid beatings whilst photographs were taken. The motive was to use these photos to extort the rapper for money. They would also post a photo of a gun and a Rolex day date that they had seemingly taken from Einar. After the members of the Volby network were done humiliating and torturing Einar, he was then taken by Haval and some others to a location where he would further hand them a gun and 2 golden chains, which Haval would then proudly wear in a picture posted to an accomplice. Shockingly, a music video featuring both Haval and Einar would be dropped the very next day on April the 16th, along with the rapper Abidaz, making it seem as if nothing had happened between them. But in reality, things were far from fine, and after the kidnapping, the members were also planning on planting a bomb at Einar or one of his family members' homes, with the police reports mentioning how guys like Mario Golzar-Mia were stopped by the police near Einar's house in the weeks following the kidnapping.
There's nothing more powerful than you. Making your
Nigga. What? They made bro drink out the water. Bro, the way on photos and extort, bro. This is actually a movie. And then I don't even what the hell is the point of putting the bomb at his family's house? That's where I'm lost. What the hell is the point of that? You humiliated him to extort him forever. Like, nah, nigga, remedies to make sure he pay you. What the hell is the point of what after doing all that? What the hell is the family point? What the hell? What the hell is the family point? You just sick. You just sick, man. You just sick, nigga. What the hell is the point of the family? There's no reason. There's no logical reason. Like, I'm gonna just do it anyway. Not even like on some we negotiated and he still didn't want to talk. Like on some like, yeah, we just gonna do it anyway. What? Bro, what's wrong with you? And it begs the question, bro, like, were y'all ever cool with bro? For real, for real? But the person that was really his guy, see, it sound like his guy was the guy that was the leader before. If I'm talking and I'm outside looking in, it sound like Einar's guy was his manager, the one that lost his life, to the other manager. I think his guy was the top manager, the dude that lost his life. That sound like Einar's guy. That was his like real friend. He lost his life and he like, man, he probably was like, man, I'm cool, bro. Like, I don't know nothing else going on. He probably tried to take a step back, like, bro, I don't know. I'm gonna just focus on rapping. Like, y'all know it's all like, but we not. No, I'm chilling, bro. Like, y'all got a lot going on over there. His people, his guy was the guy that lost his life. So once his guy lost his life, he probably was like, yeah. And it seemed like his other homie that was the dude that did it. So he like, yeah, that's some nasty work over there, bro. I'm cool. Like, I ain't picking no sides. Like, I'm bowing out. People feel entitled, bro. I'm telling you, people feel entitled. When people feel entitled to your funds, they ate it. There ain't no dap up. We good. Because Chief Keef had a similar situation. Did that? Chief Keef had a similar situation. It just didn't go like this crazy. And you wasn't about to kidnap Chief Keef. That I don't think that was something that was possible. They raided his crib, but I don't think allegedly. But I don't think he was about to kidnap. So that's the only thing I don't get. Like, where was his like? Did he exile? That's kind of where I'm kind of confused on the inner situation. Like, did he get rid of like all his homies or friends? Like, where was his core friends at? Like I know it sounds like his big homie was old boy, but like where was his friends that grew up in the neighborhood, and if he was around, which it sounds like he was around, was really doing what he was doing, like where is his group? Because everybody got a group. I don't care what nobody says. Everybody that grew up has a group. Like even if you have your group, like nah, these my guys though. Like these my 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Like these my guys. Like where's his like guys? I don't know why. I wouldn't show up to nothing. Because I don't believe that Einar just cut off every single person he was around. So everybody has childhood friends. So I'm like, where was his like friends at? My fault, y'all. I mean that's what's blowing me. I'm a little confused because I'm like I just don't get like that's what's like so confusing to me. Like, where's your group? How we saw Death Patrol and Shottaz go side by side because everybody got their groups. That's where I'm kind of confused with Enid. Like, where's your group in this large group? Like, where's your group? Right? Like, where's your like? Nah, these my guys. Like, I don't know what's going on. These my guys. I don't know. That's where I'm kind of lost on.
Work were done humiliating and torturing Einar. He was then
This is
taken by
crazy.
Haval and some others to a location where he would further hand them a gun and 2 golden chains, which Haval would then proudly wear in a picture posted to an accomplice. Shockingly, a music video featuring both Haval and Einar would be dropped the very next day on April the 16th, along with the rap.
Listen, bro. Trust nobody, bro. Niggas ain't shit, bro. Niggas ain't shit, bro.
Abidaz, making it seem as if nothing had happened between them. But in reality, things were far from fine, and after the kidnapping, the members were also planning on planting a bomb at Einar or one of his family members' homes, with the police reports mentioning how guys like Mario Golzarmia were stopped by the police near Einar's house in the weeks following the kidnapping. Then, in May, the perpetrators made the decision that their extortion plan was not going to work, and these pictures of Einar were published on social media through various channels. However, according to the police, an Instagram account by the name of Shobra the Don, named after the real Instagram account of Shobra from the Death Patrol, may well have been the first account to post these photos. This same account also tagged a location in some of these pictures as Rinkaby, and posted a censored photo of 3 Death Patrol members, including Shaki, who was still in closed youth care for the murder of Hamza, and Abe, who was already arrested for the murders of Faye and Gucci. Seemingly, this was a half-hearted attempt to actually frame the Death Patrol for the crime, or perhaps it was just trolling. On the popular Swedish discussion forum Flashback, which also acts as a kind of Swedish version of Chiracology, where real crime and gang-related cases are discussed in depth, the news of Einar's kidnapping quickly became a popular topic on the forum, with rumours spreading that Einar was even assaulted in the attack, with many trolls on the forum taking the news with glee. Some people were happy about what had happened to Einar, due to the fact that a lot of his haters felt that he was faking his gangster image and suggesting that he had now gotten a real taste of the lifestyle that he claimed to live, with one commenter saying, "Thug life, surely that's what he wanted, now he got his way, congratulations." There was also immediately much speculation about who had been behind the kidnapping, with one of the first suspects rather randomly being none other than Leo Chinese Carmona, the founder of Sweden's first gangster rap group Kartellen, the Cartel. However, despite numerous possible culprits being discussed and speculated about, the rumours that the Death Patrol was behind the kidnapping were immediately shut down. Einar himself would reply to the media storm with a short video where he simply stated anyone can get kidnapped and that this wasn't going to change or stop anything.
Behind Instagram, ja. Eran broder här. Walla, jag har en sak att säga till er bara. Alla där ute kan bli kidnappade.
Damn. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Tekashi situation, but Tekashi actually didn't grow up with them, so because Tekashi got kidnapped when they felt some type of way and entitlement and stuff, but when Tekashi got kidnapped, he lost like I think like some jewelry and stuff. Like they actually like the safe and got the money and it kind of what it was, but Tekashi like literally didn't grow up with them. So Tekashi's everybody knows Tekashi 6ix9ine scenario is very different because he literally didn't grow up with them, whereas Einar did grow up with them. So like the story with Tekashi 6ix9ine kind of was one that everybody kind of saw coming. With Einar though, he grew up with them, so that is what's very interesting. Since they tried to frame Death Patrol, nobody was going for it. That's the only thing. It seems like so like no one just because he does look like a great guy, great kid, baby face. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, you can't be tough now. I'm confused. Where is it? I'm gonna say it again. I'm just confused where his people are. Did no like, bro? That's my only thing. Like, where are his guys? Because, and I'm sure Flanger could speak on this. Like, if you grew up like that, you grew up in that area, and he even has a record. Like, it's not cap with him. Like, where are his guys? Like, where his group? Like, where his close homies? Even if it's only like 4 or 5 of them. Like, where's your nah? But like, even with his older homie who was supposed to be like his manager losing his life, I'm like, where are your close friends though? Because I just would be completely shocked, because even in Tekashi 69's situation, he was still cool with Shotty. Like, I would just be completely shocked that Einar just woke up and like cut off every childhood friend he ever known. Like, I just don't think that's what happened. So I'm very confused about like, where are his guys at? And it's sad when people like making jokes about like, oh, he thought he was tough. Oh, he thought he was tough. And this is a different situation. Post from like Tekashi 69 that was like talking trash and like, you know, Nipsey mural and all that good stuff, all that wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one, like, I just don't. Yeah, like that's my question. Where are his guys? That's what's weird. And like I said, Fraser, if you ever grew up in any type of some type of neighborhood, bro, even groups, bro, even in like regular school, bro, there's groups. Like, there's a group in a group. Like, so where is your group? If you ever played on a team, like, you know there's groups in the group. So where is his group? That's what I'm lost about. Like, this whole thing is that. That's what makes this weird. I don't know what that is. Like, I'm lost.
Alla där ute kan bli slagna, alla där ute kan bli, jag vet inte vad brorsan, men Benny man mår bra, du ser, jag är i liv och ingen kan göra det jag gör, så jag kommer fortsätta så länge jag står på ben.
Then, in July 2020, a rapper called Mackie dropped a music video where Haval can be seen hanging in the background. In one scene, Haval can be seen in a car with another rapper named Euro, who lifts up 2 gold chains and a watch that were rumoured to be the ones stolen from Einar during the kidnapping. Later, the police reports would reveal that Euro, real name Idris Yusuf, had also been stopped by the police during Einar's kidnapping near the apartment where Einar had been taken, with his role likely being that of a lookout. This brazen exhibition of stolen chains would continue about 1 week later, when Haval dropped a music video for his new song, Controls It, where he likely can be seen wearing the 2 stolen chains as well as a watch. These rather subtle flexes by the perpetrators were missed by many fans and online detectives following the case, but not by the police, who were following their every move after having received the EncroChat logs in the spring of 2020, likely shortly after the kidnapping had taken place. Then,
This is Ryan Gorgeous. This is probably some of the most like people be hating, man.
September, they moved in and arrested the ex-footballer Ilya Jok together with several other people from the Volby network. In early December, it was reported that Haval was also in custody, followed by Yasin, who would be arrested at the end of the month. The media was not reporting which rapper Yasin was accused of kidnapping, although the fact that it was Einar was obvious to anybody familiar with what was going on. But his arrest, at the height of his career, caused a major public debate about the influence of the new wave of gangster rappers in Sweden, particularly right-wing politicians who demanded that Yasin's music should be removed from streaming platforms like Spotify, as well as suggesting that he should be banned from all musical award ceremonies. Meanwhile, more left-leaning voices argued about how this gangster rap in Sweden had become an artistic way to reflect on the real surroundings of people from poor backgrounds coming up in these areas. Ultimately, the gang war was heavily impacting the music industry at this point, whether the authorities, politicians, or newspapers liked it or not. The battles between these famous gang-affiliated rappers had become like a twisted reality show that Swedish citizens were following with sick interest. Unfortunately, however, for the actual rappers and gangsters involved, this was not a game. And naturally, escalation wouldn't be far behind, as ultimately, revenge would be taken for these despicable acts, leading to yet more deadly bloodshed on the streets of Sweden.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. Because I'm
Reputations
like,
are earned.
nigga, it don't seem like there's a battle. It don't seem like a battle. I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like Einar was just like, bro, it happened, bro. I'm not worried about it. And Yasin ass got lucky because Yasin ass got lucky because Yasin, see what he like, man, I'm cool off that, bro. I'm cool, man. You wildin'. And he really, like, he like, nah, but that's not, like, I just, like I said, I don't really, this whole thing is kind of.
Kidnappers, Einar himself kept it street and refused to cooperate in the investigation, and the leaked pictures from the humiliation ritual seemed to have little, if any, effect on his popularity, which was only growing. Whilst his old industry friends were fighting their case, Einar would continue showing off his luxurious lifestyle on social media, seemingly replacing his stolen watches with a whole collection of Rolexes and showing off luxury vacations and his time spent driving Lamborghinis. In a way, Einar was taunting his rivals and showing that he was doing better than ever despite their best efforts. Moreover, this kidnapping wouldn't make Einar disassociate with the streets, but rather get far more involved, with rumours actually spreading that he was hanging out with various different gangs following his kidnapping and even buying protection from some of them, not dissimilar to Pt.4 69 before he ended up getting busted, including possibly heavy hitters like the Bredan Network and Bandito's motorcycle gang, who were infamous in the streets of Sweden for a string of bombings. Einar was also still associating himself with many of the allegedly gang-affiliated rappers such as 50 and and Mowgli, who were allegedly in the Bro network from Uplands Bro in North Stockholm. This gang has become infamous in recent years for their affiliations with the Foxtrot gang, who've been estimated to run one of the largest drug smuggling and distribution operations in Sweden, with one bust concerning a conspiracy to smuggle a whopping 800.
It is like he said. He mentioned Tekashi 6ix9ine. The only though, like I said, bro, the thing that is blowing me, bro, like Flames, am I tripping, bro? Where is his guys? And I know it's not. I'm not saying it's enough to go to war, and he probably. But I'm just lost. Like, I don't like. I am confused. I'm gonna say it again with Tekashi 6ix9ine. He didn't grow up there. He was not with them. He joined them later on. He literally joined as like a gimmick for real. He was the video guy. With Einar though, he's going to all of these other people. Yeah, it's kind of he's going to like. I am very, very, very confused with where are his guys though. Like who in the neighborhood? Like you don't just usually not just one big homie of your big homie. Like, bro, where's your age group homies? It's like, nah, yeah, them niggas, man. Like, yeah, them old heads on some other stuff. Like, man, I don't even rock with them niggas. Niggas kill them out. Like, bro, where is his, like, he's going to all these other people, and I just don't understand, like, where's his group? Even with the situation that happened, where's your group? Like, nah, nigga, nah, they niggas sweet, bro. Like, I don't, like, nah, we ride, bro. Like, they was cool. They, okay, we know what they do, but we got some stuff. Like, bro, that's the only thing that's throwing me in it. Like I said, I'm going to go back. The only reason I could see is that his manager that lost his life, that was a leader, must have been his like old head for real, like his real close homie. And his friend that ended up taking his life must have been his close homie. It was like, yeah, bro, I'm cool. Yeah, after that, he must have just. But tell me you got two friends and you grew up in a neighborhood, though, and two older friends are your close homies. I don't believe that. So I'm still like, where are his friends? And he's going to these other places with, at that point to me makes sense. Like I'll be like, I slip them a couple bands, like nigga. I throw the lob, like I'll be throwing the lob, like niggas ain't, hey man. Now, if I was him, I'd be throwing lobs. I'd be like, yeah, like 50, first of all, 50 is crazy. I'll be throwing lobs like money, but I just like the no friend thing is very weird, and that's the one that I'm just like, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, and this is where it's very weird. So let's continue.
Kilos of dope. Foxtrot has also been entangled in extremely violent clashes in recent years with other large gangs, including the Darla network, who was seemingly directly responsible for Einar's kidnapping, as well as going through a bloody internal conflict. Now, the gang was rumored to have been led by a man named Rawa Majid, the name Rawa being close to the Swedish word rev, which means fox, where the name Foxtrot stems from. Majid is also more commonly known in the media by his nickname, the Kurdish Fox. Einar also collaborated with a rapper called One Cuz, who received unexpected international fame when he got a shout out from Ed Sheeran during a 2022 Breakfast Club interview.
There's a Swedish rapper I was listening to the other day called One Cuz, and he raps in Swedish, but I still feel it. Yeah.
One Cuz is alleged to have been affiliated with a gang called Alliance, a gang hailing from the Hässelby Gård suburb in northwestern Stockholm. A gang which has since allegedly split into two rival gangs after an internal conflict, which I'm not going to get into here. But after doing a prison bid for getting caught with some heavy weaponry, One Cuz would claim to have left the streets behind him, focusing instead on his music career and collaborating with various mainstream celebrities like Ed Sheeran himself, who actually linked up with One Cuz on the track Two Step. One Cuz has even been associated with the infamous climate activist Greta Thunberg. However, in spite of saying that he left the gang life behind, references to the gang lifestyle have remained a steady part of his music going forward. In his
Yeah, Pleasure does. It seems purely business. If I was them, but if it's more business, I'll rock with it though. Asking for help, I ain't gonna lie to you, because I'll be like, because they know for a fact, like, yo, if I ask you for help or I pay you for help, usually if I pay somebody for help, they more inclined to lock in more. Like, we can pay how much? Oh yeah, because that's the money cow. We're not letting that happen. I just don't, you know what I mean? I just don't know. But One Cuz, he's smart. He's the smart one. He said, yeah, nigga, this is not
remained a steady part of his music going forward. In his recent music video for the song Trauma Paranoia, One Cuz can even be seen hanging out in both Hesselby Gord and Rinkeby with a large gang. And at one point in the video, a masked man can be seen pointing towards the infamous pizza place in Rinkeby where Hamza was killed. And at the end of the video, One Cuz can be seen posting with the same man in front of the pizza place, making it seem as if the masked man is somehow connected with the murder that took place there. Indeed, One Cuz would also post a photo on Instagram where he's hanging out with none other than Shaki, the young Death Patrol member who killed Hamza at the pizza place. This would cause One Cuz to receive some questionable media coverage, with Swedish news reporting a sensational headline calling out Greta Thunberg for socializing with a Death Patrol killer, with this negative press perhaps being the reason that the official YouTube video of that song has been deleted from YouTube. When it comes to the Death Patrol, it seemed that Einar too was increasingly spending time with people who had connections to the gang and their affiliates, including the Death Patrol affiliate Doomla and rappers Adel and ZE, who are both from the Järva area. Adel too has been associated in the past with the Death Patrol and the Husby's hyenas, both enemies of the Shottaz. Einar was also not shunning away from rapping about his enemies. In the songs after his kidnapping, he would seemingly often sneak diss the people involved. For example, in one song, with the title translating roughly to put them in their place, released in February 2021, Einar raps about becoming the most streamed artist in Sweden and people who used to be his friends betraying him because of jealousy, as well as referencing former friends who want to see him dead. After this, in April, Einar would put out his most pointed diss with his feature on the song Voi by rapper Danny M. About a week before the song was released, a young man was shot to death in the suburb of Kista. This man would turn out to be the little brother of Haval, the man accused of setting up the kidnapping of Einar. According to reports, the killers in this murder had actually fled the scene on electric scooters, with Voi, the title of that song, in fact being a popular brand of rentable e-scooters in Stockholm. In the chorus of the song, Danny and negative press perhaps being the reason that the official YouTube video of that song has been deleted from YouTube. When it comes to the Death Patrol, it seemed that Einar too was increasingly spending time with people who had connections to the gang and their affiliates, including the Death Patrol affiliate Doomla and rappers Adel and ZE, who are both from the Järva area. Adel too has been associated in the past with the Death Patrol and the Husby's hyenas, both enemies of the Shottaz. Einar was also not shunning away from rapping about his enemies. In the songs after his kidnapping, he would seemingly often sneak diss.
Hang on, my fault, y'all. Hang on, I got a text.
Man is somehow connected with the murder that took place there. Indeed, One Cuz would also post a photo on Instagram where he's hanging out with none other than Shaki, the young Death Patrol member who killed Hamza at the pizza place. This would cause One Cuz to receive some questionable media coverage, with Swedish news reporting a sensational headline calling out Greta Thunberg for socializing with a Death Patrol killer, with this negative press perhaps being the reason that the official YouTube video of that song has been deleted from YouTube. When it comes to the Death Patrol, it seemed that Einar too was increasingly spending time with people who had connections to the gang and their affiliates, including the Death Patrol affiliate Doomla and rappers Adel and ZE, who are both from the Järva area. Adel too has been associated in the past with the Death Patrol and the Husby's hyenas, both enemies of the Shottaz. Einar was also not shunning away from rapping about his enemies. In the songs after his kidnapping, he would seemingly often sneak diss the people involved. For example, in one song, with the title translating roughly to put them in their place, released in February 2021, Einar raps about becoming the most streamed artist in Sweden and people who used to be his friends betraying him because of jealousy, as well as referencing former friends who want to see him dead. After
That's so I'm still like, nigga. So jealousy makes sense to me. Jealousy, because you feel entitled, right? Like a lot of my friends I don't get to see because I locked in. So some people might feel some type of way, like, damn, he not even like reaching out, especially if you made it. Like, so I get that, like, bro, you can help us. You can throw some bread here. Like, I feel like, you know, damn, bro, you say you making these millions. Damn, bro, you can't. Damn, bro, I used to. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but I'm still like, nigga, you didn't bring nobody. Like, that's. I don't know about, bro. Something's off with this story. I don't think we'll ever get the answer. But what's throwing me off is like, there's just no way you didn't bring nobody with you. Like, I refuse to believe that. I'm gonna be honest. I refuse to believe that there is nobody that came with him. Like, maybe he like, bro, like, I wasn't cool with, like, if I'm cool with most of my high school, my nigga, I don't owe my high school money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we was, but to tell me that he didn't bring, like, I refuse to believe that. Like, I believe a lot of people was hating on him. Like, some people was like cool with, but like his dogs though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's throwing me off. Flames are like, I'm like, she already knows. We had a meeting. Yes, we had a meeting last week. She knows everything. We had a meeting on Monday. Like, bro, people be like, is any nigga she knows? Like, anyway, sorry, y'all, I had to deal with text message. But yeah, bro, like, that's what's throwing me off. I don't know, like, that's weird, bro. That's just weird to me. Like, I just no friends, nobody.
This, in April, Einar would put out his most pointed diss with his feature on the song Voi by rapper Danny M. About a week before the song was released, a young man was shot to death in the suburb of Kista. This man would turn out to be the little brother of Haval, the man accused of setting up the kidnapping of Einar. According to reports, the killers in this murder had actually fled the scene on electric scooters, with Voi, the title of that song, in fact being a popular brand of rentable e-scooters in Stockholm. In the chorus of the song, Danny and Einar rap about a body laying on the ground like a ditch scooter, rapping the lyrics, "Come get your boy." And the imagery of a scooter laying on the ground is seen in the cover artwork for the song. And Einar would actually end his verse with lyrics that seemingly imply his role in a murder-for-hire plot, rapping that a young'un will take one for the team and shoot someone and their friend, and that his new team is planning more than just getting famous, followed by gunshot sounds. The release of this scooter-themed song, so soon after the scooter-aided murder, would start rumours that Einar may have ordered the murder as revenge for his kidnapping, and much later, alleged leaked DMs between Danny and Haval were posted on social media after Haval had supposedly gotten this song dissing his murdered brother removed from Spotify. But while Einar was seemingly bragging about get back for his kidnapping, the authorities would be getting back for it too. In July 2021, Yasin and Haval were
Hey man, I don't know what to say, bro. We gonna say that's out of bounds when you had bro wear a dress. You set bro up. You been flaunting the jewelry. You probably one of the people that beat him. You been laughing, joking. I mean, okay. Bro, once you do something to somebody, like, a lot of times, like we seen earlier in this video, there's two options. You either go to Jesus route, or you like, oh, no, say less. Okay. And a beating, you can walk away from. Beating, you can just be like, oh, you know what, man? Like, I'm just not even really into it. Photos of somebody wearing a, dude that's not that way wearing a dress, embarrassing him, leaking, that do something to people. You know what I mean? So, like, that type of stuff, nigga ain't gonna forget. So, and it's hard. That's hard to go be like, I want to go be, you know what I mean? Like, I think I should I'm gonna change my life after you changing your life, brother. Yeah. Yeah, ha ha kiki. Oh, it's funny, huh? Oh yeah, let's keep it funny. Yeah, when you humiliate somebody, it's different, right? Like that's a different level. Now, okay, because as a man, you gonna feel some type of way forever. So most times, so it's like, nigga, nah, I'll say less. Nah, okay. Oh, Kiki is funny, huh? Yeah, remember the photo? All right, yeah, nah, I remember you. So you asking for a different life. Once you humiliate rather than just beat up, you asking for a different life.
finally found guilty for their parts in the kidnapping, and they were sentenced to prison.
The rappers Yasin and Haval are sentenced for preparation involvement in wow. Abuse threats and was photographed. Now the rapper Haval is sentenced to prison for 2 years and 6 months for involvement in the kidnapping. 10 months of prison for having prepared an attempt to kidnap. Wow, they got that nigga. Damn, they convicted. Damn. 2 years and 6 months. Damn, you got 2 years and you just lost your brother.
Haval for 2.5 years and Yasin for just 10 months. A few months later, in September, Einar would drop a new song, Dancer or Dance, with the rapper Adam, where he seemingly once again takes shots at Haval and his murdered brother.
I mean, Haval is the one that set him up. Like, I don't like what. I'm not shocked that he's dissing him. Like, wait, what?
Different sources seem to put Einar together with his rapper friends Dance with the rapper Adam, where he seemingly once again takes shots at Haval and his murdered brother. Also in September, newspapers report how a drunken rapper had tried to take a police officer's gun while he was being detained, ending in him getting tased. Different sources seem to put Einar together with his rapper friends Adel and ZE all at the scene, with suggestions that the altercation had taken place during a raid on a party that they were attending. Then, the next month, on October the 9th, 2021, newspapers will report how 2 famous rappers had been arrested following a stabbing in a restaurant. The newspapers would also report that the victim belonged to the Huspies Hyenas gang and that the stabbing was gang-related. And rumours would later circulate, suggesting that Einar, together once again with Adel and ZE, were all at the scene of the stabbing. It seemed that despite Einar's massive mainstream success and previous entanglements with gang members, his life was still heading in an increasingly violent direction. And unfortunately, only about 2 weeks later, on October the 21st, it would all come to an end. That night, Einar was out once again, hanging out with Adel, as well as Dumla, who had recently begun making music himself. They were in the wealthy Hammarby Kärstad neighbourhood in central Stockholm, where Einar had gotten an apartment. As the trio was exiting a bike storage room at the yard of Einar's apartment building after an apparent smoke session, two assailants would approach them with guns and begin shooting, making Adel and Einar begin to run in different directions, while Dumla would supposedly go back into the bike storage. Einar ran into a courtyard and was seemingly heading towards the door of the building, but would reportedly choose the wrong door where his key fob didn't work. At this point, he would be shot several times from close distance. Soon after, people in and around the apartments would arrive to try and help him, with some seemingly realizing that this was a famous rapper deciding to film his final moments on the ground, which would soon end up going viral on the internet. Meanwhile, people from the other side seemingly celebrating and posted the picture of Einar dead on the ground with the caption, "Free Haval." That very night, people on the internet would get the information, with members of the Death Patrol seemingly confirming the murder of Sweden's biggest drill rapper. And the next morning, the whole of Sweden would wake up to the news in the media about his murder. Immediately, speculation would also begin about exactly what had happened, with news reporting about threats that Einar had received on social media in the days leading up to his death. The news would even claim that money had been put on his head following the recent stabbing incident, and it was that event that apparently made Einar particularly fearful for his life. The witnesses also said that the killers themselves were actually the ones who had seemingly filmed the body of Einar after shooting him, with some wild claims even suggesting that the killers had actually broadcasted the entire execution to other gang members via FaceTime live, implying that these were actually contract killers who needed live proof of the job being done. There would even be videos circulating where two masked men seemingly claimed the murder whilst listening to that song Voy by Einar and Danny M, where Einar had supposedly dissed Haval's dead younger brother. However, despite an intensive investigation, the shooters of Einar were not caught, and soon the focus amongst fans and the media turned to the few facts that were known.
That's sick, bro. This shit is sick, bro.
Clearly, like the fact that the people that were with Einar at the time of his death, Adel and Dumla, with many asking, how did the killers know where and when to hit Einar? Einar's address and other personal information was secret due to the threats against his safety and the kidnapping case, as well as his popularity in the city. But this address had reportedly been leaked after he became a suspect in a drug investigation. However, even more puzzling, had the killers not arrived when the trio was outside smoking, they would have had very few ways to actually reach Einar, who reportedly lived in a secure building that required a key fob access to enter. So the only explanation then was that someone with Einar must have told the killers when to pull up. Soon the online detectives would quickly point their fingers towards the Death Patrol affiliate, Medi Dumla Sashir, with speculation that somebody had written on Instagram 2 years before, warning Einar that his friends might sell him out. Indeed, they would also point out that this wouldn't be the first time that Dumla had possibly betrayed a supposed
Hey, man. Hey, man. What they say? Money is money, man. Money make the world go round, huh? Yeah, that don't make no sense. Damn, everybody got away, huh? Yeah, nobody injured? You know what's crazy? I literally said in my head, I was gonna say it out loud. I was wondering, nigga, why the hell would you go back in the shop to run? Why would you run away in the shop? You cornered. Whichever dude ran, I was like, I get why the other dude ran in the other division. Like him and Einar ran in separate directions, but dude ran back in the shop. I was like, nigga, I wouldn't run in the shop. Nigga, I would run out. Like I'll be running out. Why would you go into a corner space? That's what I was thinking, honestly. But I was like, that's weird. Like, why did bro run in the corner space? Like, that's weird. Like, if you running for your life, why would you run for your corner? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, why'd you run? That didn't make sense to me. Hey, where's it? Where did it say this? It's right here. Let's go back. This didn't make sense to me.
making Adel and Einar begin to run in different directions, while Dumla would supposedly go back into the bike storage.
Dumla went back into the bike storage. Right? I'm so serious. I wasn't even gonna finish this documentary. Now I'm finishing. Einar and Adele, they go off running in separate directions. That makes sense. If you running from why would you go into a closed space? Flames, am I tripping? What's going on, Void? We reacting to a Swedish drill doc. Void. Nah, don't. I ain't gonna. Some people. We reacted to rest of this has been a while. You made a new account or something? He said, Flames said, I don't know. People do I don't know. That sounds suspicious. That sounded suspicious to me. But the fact that if we go back, they talking about he's the one that is the suspicious one, not Adele.
where two masked men seemingly claimed the murder whilst listening to that song Void by Einar and Danny M, where Einar had supposedly dissed Haval's dead younger brother. However, despite an intensive investigation, the shooters of Einar were not caught, and soon the focus amongst fans and the media turned to the few facts that were known clearly, like the fact that the people that were with Einar at the time of his death, Adel and Dumela, with many asking how did the killers know where and when to hit Einar. Einar's address and other personal information was secret due to the threats against his safety and the kidnapping case, as well as his popularity in the city. But
damn, boy, I appreciate you coming back then. Why'd you dip? Why'd you dip on me? Because I ain't seen you in a minute. When you were SS Movement. Damn, bro said I definitely was here before the fame. Why'd you dip? I ain't seen you in a minute. What happened? You good? Where you from? Maybe if you remind me where you from, I remember.
this address had reportedly been leaked after he became a suspect in a drug investigation. However, even more puzzling, had the killers not arrived when the trio was outside smoking, they would have had very few ways to actually reach Einar, who
I remember you. Ohio, because we used to talk anime. We used to talk anime heavy. My fault, bro. I'm reacting to it. We wrapping up this documentary. Welcome though. Yeah, so I'm not tripping. Bro, it was crazy. It was you remember the dude from oh my gosh, bro. What's the country that got Ukraine. We had a dude from Ukraine. He was I hope he's okay, man. Still. Appreciate you, Void, coming back though. Appreciate you coming back though. We reacted to the Swedish gang war, man. It's kind of wild. Rapper lost his life. They did the same thing with Pop Smoke. They were trying to figure out like how he leaked his address. I remember they were trying to blame people, but he actually posted his address, like posted on a picture, like you can get the address. So it was one of the girls that maybe have helped, but regardless, the address was posted on Instagram, so it was kind of tough. I'll say this with everything in life, from watching crime, especially robberies, hits, or whatever, what is always the truth? 95% of the time, always an inside man. It's always an inside job, man. It's always an inside man. So that's kind of
and the kidnapping case, as well as his popularity in the city. But this address had reportedly been leaked after he became a suspect in a drug investigation. However, even more puzzling, had the killers not arrived when the trio was outside smoking, they would have had very few ways to actually reach Einar, who reportedly lived in a secure building that required a key fob access to enter. So the only explanation then was that someone with Einar must have told the killers when to pull up. Soon, the online detectives would quickly point their fingers towards the Death Patrol affiliate, Mehdi Dumela Sashir, with speculation that somebody had written on Instagram 2 years before, warning Einar that his friends might sell him out. Indeed, they would also point out that this wouldn't be the first time that Dumela had possibly betrayed a supposed friend and tricked them into their death. On the 30th of June 2019, a rapper by the name of Roz was shot to death in front of his home. Soon after, newspapers would report how an arrest had been made in the case, which linked the killers to the Death Patrol. The person arrested would turn out to be Dumela. The police reports would reveal how Roz's mum had explained to the police how Roz's brother had been killed in a gang-related incident in 2018. And ever since Roz had begun rapping, he had often spoken about avenging his brother's death, upsetting the gang members allegedly responsible for the murder. And then Mehdi, aka Dumela, had suddenly appeared in his life. Soon after, Roz had been killed, with the implication being that Dumela, who had a relationship with the people that Roz was talking about getting back at in his music, had sold him out. Indeed, according to Roz's girlfriend, it was Dumela who called him right before he stepped outside and got shot. The police would eventually catch Roz's killer, but there wasn't enough evidence to tie Dumela into the case. However, when Dumela himself was asked about the online theories regarding his role in Einar's murder, he would deny having anything to do with it, calling it speculation. However, after Einar's murder, the Swedish media would get interested in Dumela too, and one of the largest evening newspapers in the country, the Expressen, would publish an in-depth interview with him where Dumela told about his life as an alleged Death Patrol member, and even shockingly telling the Swedish public to just let the gang members kill each other until there are none left, suggesting
you good, Void. I'm gonna send a Discord so you can join up. Nigga, that's crazy. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I'm gonna say this, boy, your resume don't look good. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Nigga, what? Allegedly involved in something. Hey, either you got bad, maybe you just got the worst luck, but brother, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, some. I didn't say it right, but who cares, nigga? Yeah, man. Lanza, you called it, bro. You said that's you just business. I thought if it's just business, I be thinking everybody logic. I be thinking, well, people still care about money. Some people don't see the long term, like, bro, I stay locked in, protect, bro. I'm gonna get layups, bro. Some people just think about immediate success. But that's still the question. That's why like emotion still has to matter. But it's just a sick world. You know what I'm saying? That's that life. You got to be a sicko. It's a dangerous business. But what I just don't understand fully though is like that's why it's good to just have your friends around you, and obviously still throw them some money, obviously because we all make it. But the money part though, the like emotional part, I still just don't understand. Where's his friends? I don't understand that, and that is the biggest thing for me. I don't get that. I don't get that. You're not gonna tell me that you grew up in this area and you don't have no like close friends. Even Chief Keef, like Chief Keef's cousin and Chief Keef Fredo Santana were like they were close, they were tight. Like that wasn't like nobody says anything bad about Fredo. Like Fredo was always just like you know what I mean? Like there's no I just don't know like oh yeah. Which part? Um That's been a while since I had those type of streams actually. But yeah, I just don't. The thing with Ener that I just don't understand is I don't understand how you grow up in a neighborhood like that, and they're gonna tell me that he doesn't have a close group of friends. That's what's kind of bothering me, and that's the only weird thing about this all is that. And even him being seen with these two guys from Death Patrol, like allegedly from Death Patrol or whatever. If everything that's happened to him, why are you not rolling with your guys 24/7? Even if you are like I'll be like, bro, I got 4 people with me. We got 4 people with me, and we all like, bro, these my guys. Whether I do start dealing with different people, my guys are these guys, and that's kind of what's throwing me off. It's like I said, this is different from Tekashi 6ix9ine because he grew up there. So I don't understand why he doesn't have like no like super locked in friends that are like maybe with all the dumb stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what I don't understand.
Suggesting that it's not the middle and upper class people who die in the gang war, but just the people at the bottom
Wow, his statement though about let them eat each other though is crazy.
who made a problem for themselves.
Stadiet som konflikten är i nu mellan Shottaz och dödspatrullen. Finns det någon lösning där?
Nej. Det finns ingen lösning. Det finns ingen lösning på den alltså. Tills folk ska dö ju. Folk dör ju.
Och då mammor som förlorar sina söner, pappor, sina barn också. Och ett helt samhälle som blir påverkat av att ni är några killar som skjuter varandra och mördar varandra. Är det rimligt att fortsätta den banan?
Det låter inte rimligt, men... Ja, det låter inte rimligt, nej. Men folk måste bort det.
And you know what's even sadder? You know what's even crazier? I don't know but nothing about nothing, but it's even crazier. He got the attention. Isn't that interesting? This whole situation, unfortunate situation with Ener, he's the one that gets attention. Man, people, hey man, say man. Be a civilian, I'm trying to tell you.
Who saw it as glorifying gang life. Moreover, they would point out that Doomla had one particular crime in his past which was so horrendous that it should disqualify him completely from getting any kind of publicity in any context. Months after Einar's murder, in
The hell?
police appear to strongly believe that they know who ordered the murder and who committed it and who set it up. But, as seems to be a trend...
What? That was weird.
Och då mammor som förlorar sina söner, pappor, sina barn också. Och ett helt samhälle som blir påverkat av att ni är några killar som skjuter varandra och mördar varandra. Är det rimligt att fortsätta den banan?
Det låter inte rimligt, men... Ja, det låter inte rimligt, nej. Men folk måste bort det.
This interview would anger the right-wing media pundits who saw it as glorifying gang life. Moreover, they would point out that Doomla had one particular crime in his past which was so horrendous that it should disqualify him completely from getting any kind of publicity in any context. Months after Einar's murder...
That's interesting, bro. It's just interesting. They alleging that he's the one that did the setup and he's getting all the attention. That's always interesting, man. Always interesting. Isn't that crazy? They might have been with Ener for cloud and then somebody takes advantage of the, interesting. Publicity, interesting, man.
May 2022, a newspaper would report that a man with a known gang affiliation who knew Einar was suspected of aiding and abetting his murder. This man would allegedly turn out to be Doomlay. But then, on the morning of Christmas Day 2022, as Doomlay was outside on his home turf in Rinkeby, he too was shot in an execution-style attack, passing away on Christmas. A few days later, a YouTube channel dropped Doomlay's only music video where he actually ends the song himself, saying, "Rest in peace, Einar." It appears that Einar's murder himself has become a cold case, but the police appear to strongly believe that they know who ordered the murder.
The nigga aiding and abetting. Them niggas said it was him. And they said, say less. And they immediately took bro's life. And the fact that it was in those Shottaz that came out and said that they took bro, it sounds like this is all just speculation by me, my own opinion. This is crazy. It sounds like he did something that everybody or
and who committed it, and who set it up. But, as seems to be a trend in this story and this country, they simply don't have enough evidence to charge anyone. Most shocking are the theories about one of the likely shooters, who is thought to have been one of Einar's old childhood friends, who goes by the name of Scar, with both of them seemingly growing up together around Darlin. Scar is thought to have become a contract killer for the Darlin network, who Einar had been beefing ever since his kidnapping. And while the police have struggled to find evidence to charge Scar, or others allegedly associated with the murder, media and online detectives have published theories of a large-scale revenge taking place in the streets in the aftermath of Einar's murder, that began with the murder of Doomla and includes a spiral of at least 8 public acts of violence, including
what? Murder Canada, the Christmas Day. Yeah, they didn't believe what he was saying. Explosion aimed at explosion of the Dergren and Dalen is second in 2 days. Target believed to be Scar. Damn, they really want a Scar. 96 which is wanted. Supposed to be wanted. Dang. 2 young teenagers was arrested. Oh snap! Okay, so there's no. Damn. So there's no. Oh snap! Wow, just Yosef. So he has a friend. And before we continue, first off, this is crazy.
the murder, 2 shootings, and 5 bombings, 2 of which
the main suspect, which is Scar. It sounds like it's crazy. As Dumbledore said it. He said, things happen, things end up like how they're gonna end up, right? He said, let them figure it out, and they figuring it out. They definitely figuring it out. What's crazy? It don't seem like this was. It seemed like, because they said Dumbledore was just an affiliate of Death Patrol, or I don't know if he was in the group, or I don't know, but it seemed like he did something that wasn't. He made a decision himself, allegedly, because it doesn't seem like DP was with it. They probably was like, bro, why would we do that? And if you think about Einar, even if he's not like super cool, I just want y'all to really think about it. It makes those other groups look weak. Image is everything, especially if Einar is there. Bro, if I take away, say Einar is throwing them like 30 bands, and he helping the rappers get on to where they could make it, I'm like, nigga, I know you did. Nigga, what you? Bro, I said he was with us. You think you like that? So it's gonna be multiple problems, even if they not emotionally tied to Einar like that. It's now a business thing, an image thing, because now you took away our future. The hell you take away our future for? I'll say less. And we told you not to do it. You think it's sweet. So it's just sad, man. And
targeted Scar directly, and 1 a bombing allegedly targeting the home of Haval. According to different sources, both Haval and Yasin have since moved out of Sweden permanently, following their release from prison after finishing their sentences for the participation in the kidnapping of Einar. The reasons seem obvious, given the violence unraveling around them. However, this hasn't stopped him sending a clear message about his feelings towards Einar, even long after his death.
Road and Track calls Mazda a unique blend of quality, reliability.
In the aftermath of Einar's murder, the violence continues, and the war in Rinkeby just gets worse and worse, largely moving past the older generations of the Shottaz versus the Death Patrol to an increasingly deadly clash between the younger generations of the Holster Children and Filthill's guys, together with the younger guys from gangs like the Huskies Hyenas and Headshot League from the nearby suburbs, who had all grown up in this environment where gangs, guns, and death had become the new normal. The national media, who had become enamored with the gangs during the original conflict between the Death Patrol and the Shottaz, has continued reporting on the war in great detail, focusing particularly on stories around a few notorious members, such as two guys from the Holster Children who go by the name 60 and Fishy, with this duo both having the letters SK allegedly standing for Shottaz Killers tattooed on their hands. They were likely recruited by the older members of the Death Patrol whilst they were still in high school, but since they have apparently taken over the streets of Rinkeby and raised hell in the Järva area during the 2020s, even being described in YouTube videos as Sweden's deadliest duo and being rumoured to have been connected to numerous shootings and murders, with 60 alone apparently being suspected of dozens of crimes within just a few years' time. In 2022, they were finally found guilty in relation to two murders that took place in 2021. The first of these murders has been alleged to have been a contract killing, showing just how this younger generation has continued on the path started by the original Death Patrol, whilst the second one is alleged to have been part of the war with the Filthless guys, where 60 had allegedly shot two members of the rival gang who had arrived to his apartment with the intention of killing him following an earlier shooting that same day. According to author and journalist Einar, who has written a book about the conflict between the Death Patrol and the Shottaz, the out-of-control killing in areas like Järva can be at least partly explained with the lack of structure in the local gangs. In that sense, the problems in Sweden actually kind of follow the common trends in places like Chicago, with a fracturing of former large gangs with strict leadership structures that took place in 2021. The first of these murders has been alleged to have been a contract killing, showing just how this younger generation has continued on the path started by the original Death Patrol, whilst the second one is alleged to have been part of the war with the Filthless guys, where 60 had allegedly shot two members of the rival gang who had arrived to his apartment with the intention of killing him following an earlier shooting that same day. According to author
Bro, it's always some like quote unquote white guy that ends up documenting all this strife between minorities. It's always interesting in these bad areas. It's always interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And journalist Diana Saliu, who has written a book about the conflict between the Death Patrol and the Shottaz, the out-of-control killing in areas like Järva can be at least partly explained with the lack of structure in the local gangs. In that sense, the problems in Sweden actually kind of follow the common trends in places like Chicago, where the fracturing of former large gangs with strict leadership structures into smaller neighborhood cliques without any real leadership after the demolition of many of the project buildings that housed these organized gangs has led to an increasingly chaotic and senseless gang warfare, where alliances and enemies between a handful of lost youths can lead to senseless murders at a moment's notice over the smallest of disagreements. On the other hand, much like in Chicago, where the murder rate was in fact its highest during the reign of the large and hierarchical gangs, also in Sweden, the more organized gangs have in recent years shown that they too are capable of inflicting brutal violence on their enemies as well as innocent victims. It remains to be seen whether the current or future governments in Sweden, whether right wing or left, are going to be able to solve this issue. But in order to find a long-lasting solution, they will have to solve the core issue of why so many kids in Sweden now feel that the path of gangs and crime is the only one where they can find meaning. For Yasin, it seems that he has finally been able to move past that mindset, focusing instead on his rap career and raising a family far away from the dangers of Rinkeby. But others, like Einar, were not so lucky. And the sad truth is that no matter what country you come from, the fine line between gangster rapper and gang member must be walked carefully, because just one wrong step can be the difference between fame and glory or an early grave. I hope you found that story interesting.
Damn. You know, this is crazy. This was probably one of the craziest documentaries I've reacted to. And I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is probably the most logical disagreement I've ever seen in my life between two groups, two kids, two groups of individuals with Death Patrol and Shottaz. Unlike Chicago, still seems like there's some organization in terms of like their groups. Because the DPs, like main guys, apparently are the people that were recruited originally by the head members. So that's probably still a thing. I don't really know. And I just don't. It does still seem more about money, whereas Chicago don't even seem like it's about money. It just seems like people just be beefing just for egos. But this was crazy. I've never seen something like this. Videos, recording stuff. I still have questions of a lot of it, to be honest. A lot of it is crazy. I'm really flabbergasted. Like, I just don't know what to say in terms of this situation. Like, it's sad, man. It's sad. The main problem though is poverty. if people don't feel like there's another way out, people gonna do what they got to do to survive. They're like, well, if I can't make it, and it's about options and opportunity. But certain things do need an example. They moving crazy. Like I don't like going to other countries, like tracking somebody down and then like it's up. Like they not with none of the talking. They ain't doing no talking, bro. And the sad part about gangster rap is, you know, best story got some truth to it. So that's kind of the twofold in the situation with Inner. I just really don't understand. I still don't get the whole friend thing. That's very weird to me. But I'll say it again: the fallout between Death Patrol and Shottaz is probably the most logical fallout between groups of individuals and childhood friends that grew up together that I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen, if this is the story that is the real story, I've never seen a more logical fallout. Whereas other groups have had way worse things when you look back, you're like, that's why they fell out. That's why all these people lost their lives. This one to me kind of makes a little sense. But I do kind of think the hierarchy thing because the situation with Inner with the Dumley guy doesn't seem like that was directly related to Death Patrol. It seems like from the information given that was just kind of like his one-off decision. And yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is sad, man. Pray for everybody that lost their lives, man. And I wasn't gonna fully react to this, but I finished it. It's your boy Chosen. Like, subscribe, enjoy my reaction. Like, up, comment up, man. How do y'all feel? How do y'all see this? And it's sad, man. Let me know which one y'all want me to react to next, man. I'm out.